In today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys 10 things to do before starting a YouTube channel in 2020. So if you're interested in this, make sure to keep watching. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's almost Ella, and here on this channel I talk all things YouTube related and I do vlogs. So if any of this is of interest to you, please make sure to subscribe down below and join me because I'd love to have you. Now moving on to this video, I'm sorry if I'm talking a little bit fast. I'm trying to get everything into one video and not prolong the video. So yeah, I'm sorry if I'm talking a bit fast. Please try to catch up, and if you can't, draw me back in the comment section and I'll explain better what I meant in that particular place. So now moving on to the video, I'm going to be telling you guys 10 things to do before starting up a successful YouTube channel of your choice. Okay, so the very first thing you should do is come up with your channel name. Make sure it's your name and your surname, or it could be anything relating to what you're doing. So if you're going to be all about vlogs, you should give yourself maybe Keeping Up with Ella, Life with Ella, or Ella's Diaries, or just something like that that just like, okay, gives people an idea of what your channel is about. But the problem here is if you give yourself a name, like a channel name like Keeping Up with Ella, people are expecting your life. Like, it just kind of like talks about your life, and then when you're not putting your life out, they're like, okay. Or maybe you're talking about your life and then you start putting out cooking videos or videos about animals, and they're like it doesn't really relate. So what I suggest is to just play safe, because when you start out, you are most likely to deviate from that particular niche that you start from and move to another niche. But I really appreciate if you just use your name, because that way is actually much better and easier for like people to just grab onto. And something you should know before like coming up with these names: do not choose a name that already exists. You want your channel to be about you. You do not want someone to search up what your name is, maybe Shalom, and you do not want someone to search up Shalom and then see a whole bunch of Shaloms and they're like, so they have to start scrolling and then looking for you, and then before they find you, they might have even lost interest and they just piff like out of your video. If you're having troubles coming up with the name for your channel, you should just go to Google and search out name generator, and then when you get there, they're like going to help you out with a really cool name that you're sure maybe probably only you is going to have, because that's like the most important one. Figure out a name that only you is going to have, and two, make the name be linked into what you're doing, so that once people just see that name, they know exactly what your channel is about. Let's move on to the second tip so that I do not get this video very long, and so that you guys will be able to watch it to the end. Okay, so the next one I'm going to talk about is equipment. Make sure you have like really good equipment for your videos. I do not mean you have to go all professional at the very beginning, because you're just starting. I mean, now I'm actually still using Sunlight. I'm using my phone camera and my phone's microphone. I'm not really using any microphone now. Just make do with what you have. You need a very good camera though. Like, you need a good camera. Make sure it's an iPhone camera or a good Samsung camera, because you really need good camera quality. You do not want your videos to be dark, because one thing about YouTube is somebody clicks on a video, maybe due to your very nice thumbnail, they click on a video and then they look at your camera quality, immediately they're clicking out of your video. So you want a good camera quality, you want enough lighting, so make use of good sunlight, or if you have a ring light, fine, perfect, use that. But make sure you have the right apps. The second part is the apps. You need to have an app for editing your videos. You need to have an app to monitor your progress on YouTube. Just make sure you have like enough apps that are going to enhance your video and your YouTube career. So I'm going to make a separate video on the apps you should have as a YouTuber. So yeah, maybe you guys should just stay tuned and then you get that. The third thing you should do is plan your content. I'm going to say plan your content because I'm not going to tell you to niche down or find a niche or stuff like that, because you're just starting out YouTube and you do not know what exactly to go for. You do not know what particular topic would do well and what topic would not do well. So I'm just going to tell you that you should have like a topic, like a very broad topic that you want to go to. Maybe when I started off with having in mind that I'm going to do tutorial videos and I'm going to like do a little bit of vlogs. Yeah, so tutorial videos. I started making hair videos. I started doing a lot of videos, and started just testing out which one would do well and which one would do well and which one would do well. And I figured that a lot of people were a little bit more interested in my YouTube videos than my hair videos. I mean, my hair videos, girls will definitely watch those videos, but they were not really interested in it, so they were not engaging in it. They were just watching it. And then my YouTube videos, I'll actually get people in my DMs asking me questions. So I'm like, okay, this is actually a good niche to focus on. and that's why I'm now making videos for YouTube. But when you're starting up, you need to give yourself like a big area to focus on. Just like figure out a topic that has like several branches, and then you could just try them out and figure out which one is doing well for you. But make sure you have a topic. Make sure you're not just doing everything and anything. I made that mistake, and do not make that mistake, because if you're doing everything and anything, you're not going to grow, because people will just watch your content and just be happy. They do not really know what to gain from your channel, because your channel is just very, very scattered. They do not know what to expect if they subscribe to you, because tomorrow you may just come up with a hair video, and then next tomorrow with a cooking video, and like, what are they doing with all those things? Like, if they know what you stand for, they definitely know what to expect in your videos. So definitely just pick like a very, very broad topic, or a broad topic, or a semi-broad topic that you know that okay, you could just mess around with some topics inside, with some mini topic inside, until you find out what you really want to do. And if you really know what you want to do, like if you are sure of what you want to do, perfect, like just stick with that. So the fourth thing I'm going to tell you to do is learn to edit. Like, for real, learn how to edit. I cannot hammer on this enough. Like, learn how to edit, because if you are not good at editing, if you just know how to do maybe the basics like cut and join, your videos are not really going to be interesting. Make sure you do everything and anything for people to stick around and watch your videos, because as a beginner YouTuber, you actually need to watch hours. You need people to stick around in your video for the longest, for YouTube to recommend your videos to others. And your editing actually matters, because in this aspect, if people are watching your video and then just like, okay, it's not interesting, because they're just watching you talk on and on and on. They're not seeing any fun thing happening in your screen or anything. They're not seeing any fun transition. They're not seeing anything. Your video is going to be boring. So you need to really learn how to edit. You need to really learn how to add like these different spiced up things that you could just put in your videos to make them pop, even if it's just a little, because you do not want everything to be all just scattered and everywhere. Just a little things that you can just add to your screen, and then do this transition here, and then do this effect here, and then that's just literally all you need to do. So you need to really learn how to edit. Take your time to like watch one of my videos, because I've made videos on how to edit with iMovie, how to edit with KineMaster. Just try and watch any of them and learn how to do more than just cut and join, because you really need to do more than just cut and join. You need to learn how to add music, like just things to keep people to stick around in your videos, because as a beginner YouTuber, you need as much audience as you can. So if your video is interesting and like they're enjoying watching it, definitely you'd grow faster, like way faster. So this brings me to my fifth tip. Yeah, I think I'm actually like, you know, doing it like going really fast. So the fifth tip is set your brand. Like, yeah, that is the fifth tip. Set your brand. This is something that I wish I knew. Like, this is something I wish I knew earlier, because it would have really helped me. And then again, I said I was just like messing around with a lot of topics. That if you go down in my videos, you're going to see videos about PS5, you're going to see videos about Hush Puppy. That's when I was actually trying to, you know, just find what was going to work, and I was actually just trying to get the watch time and everything. So I was just really doing everything and anything. But I want to tell you guys that you should make everything that you're doing link. Make your banners, your thumbnail, your intro, your outro, a certain way you edit your videos. Make everything like just be linked up in some kind of way. Like just make everything link up, because you want people to be able to identify your channel, and you want your channel to look fine and organized, because if they click into your video and they just see everything scattered up everywhere, they're not going to subscribe. And I'm telling you from experience, because my content was like all over the place and it was all scattered, and I wasn't really getting subscribers. I was just getting views, because I was putting out good content, but my channel was just not arranged, and then people like were just like turned off when they get into my channel. So I'm going to tell you now, if you can mess around with some edits and figure out okay what type of edits you actually like to do in your videos, do it, and then stick to that type of edit. You also mess around with your thumbnail and just figure out a particular style that you want to make all your thumbnail is actually very important. Your thumbnails have to be linked up in some kind of way, and I'm actually going to be working on that now, because as I said earlier, this is something I wish I knew earlier. Like, this is something I wish I knew earlier. It would have really helped me. But anyway, it's not still too late. I'm going to make all my thumbnails have something in common, and then you just be able to tell that okay, this is me whenever you see me. So you need to have your brand set out. So the name of your channel also has to be linked up some kind of way with all your other platforms. They need to at least have like one thing or one name in common, so that people can actually identify that is you once they see that it is you. Either you have like the same name, like for me, Ella Twitter, Ella Instagram Umusuella, YouTube, like everywhere is still the same Umusuella. So like that kind of way, you know me on YouTube, you could just like, okay, let me even check out Ella, and then you like Umusuella, and boom, I pop up. So you need to set your brand, you need to make it easier for people to find you, for people to locate you, for people to know you when they see you. So yeah, your thumbnails, your banner, your intro, your outro, your channel name, everything has to be linked some kind of way with even all social media. Something again I want to tell you is your channel art and your Instagram profile and your channel icon, they all have to have the same picture. Make sure to use the same picture in your channel art, make sure to use the same picture in your Instagram DP or whatever, and make sure to use the same picture also in your YouTube icon, because it will actually help you when people are trying to find you. Because if they just even search out the name and you do not pop up, and they see a picture that is the same or similar, you're going to be able to tell that it is you immediately without having to stress it. So I suggest that you should actually use the same pictures, the same name, just everything just has to be linked up in some kind of way, because it is your brand and that is your style. So this brings me to my 6th tip, which is make intro, make outro, and make your channel trailer. Okay, the intro is actually very important, because you need to actually like have an intro for your video. As I'm sure that you guys already know this, because like, why would you know that you have to make an intro? You have to make an intro, you just have to make an intro before you start, because that's one of the things that would attract people. If your intro is nice enough, people are willing enough to be captivated from your intro, be like, ooh, cool girl, like, ooh, then they're actually going to want to stick around in your video to watch it. So you need to make a good intro, you need to make a good outro, and also your channel trailer. If you make a channel trailer early, it's going to really help you. Because so yeah, you should probably just get a channel trailer, get an intro, get an outro. If you do not know how to edit that well to make an intro, you could just search up on Instagram with the hashtag YouTube intro, and then you're going to see a bunch of people, like a bunch of sample intros there, and then you could just hit one of them up and they could make your intro for you. It's probably not going to be that expensive, because you know it's just intro, and they have like really cool jobs. So you could just go there and search it out, and then you get a really cool intro that you could use for your videos. But make sure you have an intro, make sure you have an outro, and you're good to go. And this brings me to my, I think, 8th tip. I'm kind of losing count here, so I think 8th tip, which is, oh okay, yeah, it's 7th tip, which is set smaller goals. All right, okay, this one is set smaller goals. You might really not understand this, but this has to do mostly with your brain, your heart, and like, so when you start up on YouTube, one of the things in your head is to get monetized. So you're in 0 subscribers and you're thinking of how to get to 1,000 subscribers. Like, think about it, the gap from 0 to 1,000, that's like 999. So you're thinking of how to get 999 people to subscribe to you. Like, that's a lot. But if you like, okay, make it, okay, let me get to 50 subscribers, and then you get to 50 subscribers, and then you're like, okay, let me get to 100 subscribers, and then you're 100 subscribers, and you're like, okay, let me get to 200, and in no time you see that you're actually getting closer and closer and closer to 1,000 subscribers. But if you just make your goal and be like, okay, go 1,000 subscribers, when you're in even 200 subscribers, you're still feeling really bad, like, okay, my goal is 1,000 subscribers and I'm in 200 subscribers. But meanwhile, if your goal was actually 200 subscribers, where you get there, you'll be like, okay, and then you're working towards the next goal, which is like maybe 250 or 300. This way you're actually not feeling depressed, and you're actually like acknowledging that you're making progress. You're actually getting happy whenever you set a goal, and then the goal is not too high to achieve. When you get there, you are like fulfilled, like, okay, I've gotten here. You set a much bigger goal, and then you get there, and then you're just happy. But then if you just put it up straight, okay, my goal 1,000 subscribers, even when you get to 500 subscribers in even maybe the shortest period of time, you're still not happy, because your goal is 1,000 and you've not gotten there. And until you get there, you cannot be happy, and that kills your growth, because you may eventually just feel like it's taking too long to get there, and then you just give up. Meanwhile, if you had set smaller goals, you would have been still encouraged to move forward. So this brings me to my 8th tip. Yeah, I'm sure I'm in number 8 now. To make friends, like make friends on YouTube, make friends with people on the platform. You could do this by just make friends with people that have the same niche as you, and people that are also in your level, people that are also in your category. You do not want to go after, you're in 100 subscribers and you're going after people that are in 5k. They are most likely not going to answer you. They're most likely not
going to give you that from me a reply. Like, I'm not in the mood to work with you, or I don't want to hear whatever you have to say, because
they're actually looking at people that are higher and there's someone that is lower is coming to them. But if you're actually making friends with people that are in the same range as you, you're in 100 subscribers and you're making friends with people that are in 200, 500, 700, they are most likely going to want to connect with you, and you guys are most likely going to actually have something to offer to each other. But if you chase after those big ones, they are most likely going to want to take money from you before they help you, or two, not answer you. They're really not going to do it for free, except the super nice ones, which are really hard to find, like you know, me. Anyway, so make friends on YouTube because it's really going to help you. If you make friends, you can do collaboration, you can do a whole bunch of stuff. You guys can share ideas, you guys could just practically grow together and have this healthy like competition. And then trust me, it's a really good way to grow because you're actually challenging that okay. And the 9th tip is, okay, this one is to prepare your mind for little or nothing. Actually, just prepare your mind for little, because you're starting up your channel and you have 0 subscribers, right? So you have 0 subscribers and you're putting up video on a channel, and I mean, nobody knows you at that point. You have 0 subscribers, so you're most likely going to have 0 views. So if you put up a channel with a high, especially, I remember when I started off on TikTok, like I was really I'm sorry, when I started off on TikTok, I thought like everything was going to happen like magic. Like I practically made one video, and when I made the video, I was like super happy that I could make such a video. So I posted it out, and I had high hopes that this one video I post would actually go viral. I'll get lots of views, I'll get lots of likes, and blah blah blah. That was what I had in my head. So when I posted the video with 0 followers, 0 following, I practically got about 3 views or 4. That was all I got for that video at that point. I waited till the next day, I waited to do, I still got nothing, and I was very pained. I was very heartbroken because I actually expected a whole lot of people to see my videos, and I expected I had like high hopes for that video. So when you're starting off on YouTube, do not have that, because you're practically the only one that's going to watch your video at that point, because you're the only one that knows about your channel. So what I suggest you do is just prep your mind that you're not really going to do well in your next video, so you do not get heartbroken. And also, this is like a mini tip which I really think everybody actually knows, but when you're starting up on YouTube, make sure to share your post on Instagram, share it on all social media, share it on WhatsApp, tell your friends to tell their friends and tell their friends, so that actually people know that you're putting out a video, and then you do not get to see 0 view or 1 view or something like that. Like, you actually need to spread the word, tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody, so that when you put out your first video, actually you are even a little bit encouraged by the love you're getting or the support you're getting from your friends. At least your friends should support you first before you expect other people who do not know you to actually support you, right? Yeah, that's true. So this brings me to my very 10th, like the 10th tip, or the 10th thing you should do. Start, like really just start, because that's actually all. Like, you just need that push to start. When you start, everything is just going to fall in place. Even if you miss one of the tips I give you here, when you start, everything is going to fall in place. You're going to correct the mistakes you're making. But right now, if you don't start, you don't start. You have to start. Like, just stop pushing everything. Stop saying, okay, tomorrow I'll make the video, or tomorrow I'll edit the video, or I don't like how this video is doing, I'll have to redo it, or just put out the video. Because you get to see that after a while, you look at your first video, even after you've tried to perfect it, you look at your first video and you're like, like, what am I trying to say? Just that, because you literally have no experience. It's actually your first video, so it could be perfect, but it won't be perfect. Like, you definitely eventually see something that you could have added, or something that you could have done, or something that you could have done, and tell you that just start and everything will just fall in place. I promise you, everything will fall in place. So that is it, you guys, for this YouTube video. I hope you liked it and found it helpful. If you did, then make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. Also, let me know what video you want to see next, because I would really love to make them for you all. Bye.